as he goes back to Calvin Oftana. At pass connects with BGR. The left crawls in for Brandon Ganuelas-Rosser, who's also being effective. With bit of a Spain action there. Screen the screener. The three is open. Three-point shot is down. Played to perfection. They trim the deficit down to 7, 40 to 33. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Heading kicks it out to Oftana. Shoots over the defense and swishes it home for 3.
Once again, Heading gets close to the paint. That attracts the help defense, and that leaves Oftana open. And I'm sure his presence in practice, with the way he works hard, rubs off on his TNT teammates.
Oh, another 3 from Calvin Oftana. Sorry, a long 2.
He thought he had the advantage in that mismatch.
Pogoy to be the buzzer.
Oh my God!
Pogoy is gone for Pogoy.
They will shoot whenever Junmar is not defending him from outside.
And getting that takeaway. 3-point shot is good for Calvin Oftana as they extend their lead. And that two-big lineup working out well on the gamble from Coach Leo Austria. Oftana running into trouble. Oftana finds a pass to BGR. The attack and the slam from Brandon Ganuelas-Rosser.
Branyel has turned out to be a great rebounder so far in this conference.
Simon Enciso feeding Calvin Oftana. Don Trollano right in front of him. Boy Era sells for the long 2, and that's good. TNT have been porous in interior defense here in this game so far, Coach. Corinato. Calvin Oftana gets a big triple here for TNT Tropang 5G, keeping them within touching distance. 6 turnovers here for TNT Tropang 5G and none so far for San Miguel Beermen. They have been immaculate in that department. And points off turnovers 8-0. As Calvin Oftana trying to get to work inside, gets that basket and 1. Let's take a look at this again. This shot of the game is brought to you by Rexona. Stay cool in the heat of the game. With Rexona Ice Cool, it won't let you down.
Sometimes TNT showing on pick and rolls, which takes their big man a little bit out of the defensive picture. Other times.
Here's Boyera. Calvin Oftana in the corner, left alone, and that's typically the result. And they were not shooting the ball well from beyond the arc in that first half. In fact, they did not make a single three-pointer in the first half. And that's a basket and 1 as Calvin Oftana is starting to heat up. This shot of the game is brought to you by Rexona. Stay cool in the heat of the game with Rexona Ice Cool. It won't let you down. Let's take a look at that again. Calvin Oftana, such a crafty finisher. Also very strong for his size, his height. Now Calvin, Don Trollano right in front of him. Don Trollano had a great first half. Calvin got Junmar up. Short shot clock here. Calvin Oftana, oh, he buries it! 64-59 as we take a look at Calvin Oftana taking on the challenge of Don Trollano. Big triple from a big player. Calvin Oftana helping TNT crawl back into this ball game after being dominated in the first half. 64-59. Don't go away. We'll be right back. TNT looking to keep the momentum going. Calvin Oftana against Mo Tautua. Calvin, the crossover, the shot.
Yes.
Shooters bounce. And Calvin Oftana unconscious. Sa tag-init o tag-ulan, elastosil mo yan. As Calvin Oftana and the rest of the TNT Tropang 5G, we mentioned it a while ago, looks completely different. But to help the TNT Tropang 5G come within 5. And oh, what a spot from BGR as we go the other way.
But that was good hustle there, and Junmar already picked up his second rebound there in that offensive rebound.
Oftana, floater, and that's 2 baskets in a row for TNT. Aurit now against CJ Perez. Junmar guarding him close. They kick it out. Extra pass. Oftana wide open 3. That is good for Calvin.
That's the high pick there by Junmar Fajardo.
Fajardo trying to get Kelly back into foul trouble. He has 3.
Steal here.
Rare turnover for
early,
the Beermen.
Early.
Kelly Williams again. Junmar meets him at the 3-point line. Oftana finds the lane. Oftana stretches out. Comotin
And Ross was again there to bother it.
gets it out. Oftana shoots a three. That's his spot. That is good. Big time shot.
Great crossover there. Oftana trying to come back.
Calvin leans in, gets the layup.
Got to make the most of it while you're here.
Calvin says second half is my time. Jumper.
There you go.
That's 3.4 on this shot clock. Here's Calvin Oftana going to work. That's his first basket of the night.
You don't want to throw gold away.
Short there.
Ronnie Brunjal hitting the deck there.
Oftana's going to bring it closer. Boy, Aram for two.
There you go.
Oftana with a jumper. Rattles that one through. And the lead quickly down to 7.
Again, Kelly Williams, if he can start making those shots, that'll be a big, big boost.
That's a great move there from Calvin.
He doesn't really take too many dribbles. 1, 2, 3, maximum of 3, and then he's taking a shot.
Good high-low play there. Oftana goes to the other side and gets the first bucket of the game for TNT. CJ with a slip of the screen coming from Mo. Tautua lost the ball. And now TNT is on the push, 3-on-1. Prevent that one big run from SMB because usually it takes one. From a team as good as SMB. They get a 10, 12 to nothing run on you, then game is wide open. Meanwhile, an answer.
Because he's got a counter for every single one, right? Even his teammates do.
BTR, how about another one? 14 first quarter points for Brandon Danuela's roster. Calvin Oftana against the tenacious defense of Jericho. Finds a way through and hits the tough layup. Boy, that was a difficult make from Calvin, extending their lead to 9.
How the players held their own in individual matchups while also locking in defensively as a unit. He pointed out that holding SMB to just 24% from the field is a promising sign, but manage their turnovers and most importantly, sustain the same energy and execution that they showed in the first 2 quarters. Gentlemen.
Thank you for that report, Bea. We saw that bucket coming from Glenn Cobutin.
You don't want him on the bench.
Oftana goes inside, kicks it out, heading for 3. That's good. Did not score a single point in the first half. Now has 5 for TNT. So Trey says, okay, got you. Almon Vosotros checks in. Another block for TNT as the shot clock expires against SMB. Pogoy asking for it. He has a size against Rosales. Pogoy, his signature move. Can't back it home. Recovered and put back in by Oftana. Cobuntin takes a tumble, but he will tough it out and stay in this game. 2.5 remaining. They play on. Oftana is gone.
What they were pointing was there was an 8-second violation.
Will have to be studied in this final series, partner, because we know what he could do on the offensive end, but he hasn't been reaching those heights this time around as Calvin Oftana drains the first 3-pointer of this game. Working on RR Pogoy, trying to find anyone, but only finding the backboard. Here's Calvin Oftana, they're running, touch passing, and oh, that was a pretty finish. Good tap away from Kelly Williams. They find RR Pogoy, hits the back, but another offensive rebound for the TNT Tropang 5G, and Calvin Oftana finishing under duress. Jumar Fajardo put in pick and roll again. They switch the defense here. Oftana against Junmar. They go to the corner. RR Pogoy strokes in a 3.
The usual, suspects doing that is BGR, but he's just about to report right now.
Calvin Oftana in the corner. That's a tough shot, but it doesn't matter. Playing and shooting the way they need to extend the series so far. Almost a turnover, and it is completed. They run. Pogoy gives chase. Saves it to Oftana. Oftana bounces it off Jericho Cruz. Brandon finds Glenn Cobuntin. Calvin Oftana pulls up, and he scores yet again. Don Troliano trying to stay up all over Calvin Oftana. BGR finding Calvin yet again.
Patience and presence of mind, Paolo. Wow, Kelly is really fighting hard to really keep his team alive in the series.
Just a reminder, Kelly Williams is a former MVP. RR Pogoy, that's a 3. He misses. Cobuntin saves it to Kelly Williams. They're looking for the 3 ball. Calvin Oftana gets it. Great effort the last game that resulted in the win. They fought tooth and nail for that Game 1 win. And of course, they are doing it without the likes of Jason.